Tobias, obviously a pretty wild way to win the game. I guess what was the atmosphere afterwards to be able to get away from it?
It was a whole group just excited. A hard-fought game for us, both teams. Just sticking with it, like our whole group. That was like our thing we kept saying every time out. Let's just stick with it. It's a game of runs. Make sure that we handle our business. Make sure that we rebound. Make them take tough looks. But it just came down to really us capitalizing on those type of opportunities. That was a great play that Coach drew up for JD. Malik hitting that three was huge for us, and then sealing it with the free throw was even bigger for us. So, those efforts are huge for this group. The way that he played all night was huge for us. So I just thought, as a whole group, we deserved to get that win. And we kind of gave it away there in the fourth quarter, the end of it. But that's something that we got to learn from fourth quarters with the leads that we've been having, of how to sustain those leads, take care of the basketball, and be able to come out with a clean victory. But to take any win in this league, and that was an important win for us.
Tobias, the headline will be the late game crazy stuff, but I think the real story here was the rotations you guys are making on defense. I remember a play with like 40 seconds left in overtime where they get triple penetration, Stu rotates over, forces the lobs, 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗟𝗢𝗪 helps to help her disrupt the play. How do you, as a team, everybody talks about rotation, but how are you guys so crisp now? What's different about this year than last year?
I wasn't here last year, so I don't know, but I just think, these are things that we go over each and every day. With the way that our schedule is and game every other day, we don't have that many days to practice, but our shoot-arounds are used as days for us to just go over a little bit of things that can help us be better. And rotations is one of them, and that gets better with our communication and guys really knowing where to be game after game. And I thought tonight, overall, we did a really good job of that, especially in that late fourth quarter overtime. But it's just a communication of the guys, and guys wanting to fight for the next guy and wanting to help the group as a whole and be there for their teammate. And that's been, that was huge for us tonight. Obviously, fourth quarter OT, but those were the small plays that helped us win this game.
Yeah, it's about a little bit over an eighth of the season has gone by. 5-7 record, which is much better than the start last year. Can you just speak to the early growth that you're seeing from the young players? Look at the box score. There's stuff to stat sheet tonight.
Yeah, it's stats are one thing, but it's more about, in my opinion, style of how we're playing and the intent that we're playing with. I thought 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗡 was great for us tonight in the way his decision making, especially early on in the game, of getting in the paint and kicking out. He really allowed us to get into a good flow out there on the offensive end, and the playmaking he was doing was creating a lot of open baskets for us. And sometimes those show up as assists, but overall, that type of energy and that type of ball movement, swing passes, helps create that type of flow for the whole group. But the young guys are continuing to blossom and coming to who they are, and it's just about us figuring out game after game how we can close. And some nights it could be like tonight, and other nights, we just got to figure it out. But overall, I think this group has done a really good job from game one until now. And you can look at that record and also kind of see that there were probably a few games that we should have been on the other side of. So it's all a learning process. I think we're doing a really good job of getting it together.
Tobias, of course, scared along the way down to 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗟𝗢𝗪, who's like that quick. What did you see from your point of view? And did you guys see him after the game in the locker room, anything like that?
Yeah, I didn't really get to see it when it happened live, but they say he's okay and just getting evaluated. So we're praying for him and making sure that he's all right, because he's a huge piece to our group and our team. And You know, we all said like, let's make sure we get this win for him and make sure that he's in good spirits. So, you know, we're just praying for the best for him.
Tobias, coach talked about, you know, in-season tournament being important for you guys to play for something meaningful. How do you guys approach the tournament when another team are coming into the tournament?
Well, there's a lot of young guys on this team, and 500 grand is a lot of money. and that's just been the word around the locker room. So that, and rightfully so it is. And I think that was like, it was like a semi-joke, but it was actually real. We just all talking about it. So it was like, hey, let's see what can happen here. This means a lot. I mean, every game means a lot, but that's excitement of the in-season tournament. You know, a game like tonight kind of just shows like how that excitement continues to move on as you get closer and closer. So we gotta win them all. It's always our mindset, but especially in this predicament.
Thanks, Tobias.
I appreciate it.